Welcome, everyone. This is Glenda Dawson of Glenda's Magical Creations. I have Eric Husbands and a couple of our members here as we bring channeled messages for you. Now, these channel messages are sometimes in form of a message and sometimes is in form of a journey, where we can get our own messages, our own form of opening our memory to a lot of the things we may have forgotten. Whether it be galactic, whether it be otherwise, just even our own gifts are there, but we just don't remember we have them. So with that being said, hi Eric, hi Leaf, hi Jazz, how are you? Good,
Hi.
good.
Good.
So we will have Council of 9, the Council of 8, the Arcturian Council of Light Beings, the Andromedan Council of Light Beings, the Archangels, and a few other ones who have not come forward for me to recognize them, for me to see who they are. So we have a full house today. And they're more than willing to help us. Now, for all those that have never done this before, if you do not know how to travel or don't know how to go to the coordinates that are being said, just set the intention that you're going with us and it will occur. Just be open, be at peace, be calm, and so just be willing. For right now, I just want everyone to close their eyes and start taking nice, long, slow, deep breaths. And with every breath you take, you just come down and be still. Feel your body just sink in to wherever you are, whether it's a chair, a sofa, the bed, the floor. Just let your body sink in and allow it to be in its true nature. So release any thoughts, let them float away, just focusing on the right now, right here, this very moment. Now, I did get a coordinate before we started, but as they knew it would happen, since I'm connecting with everyone now, I had stated the coordinates and I'm going to have Jazz say those coordinates.
4, 2, 4, 7, 7, 5. 4, 2, 4, 7, 7, 5.
Okay, like I said, if you've never done this before, just set your intention to be there with us. Allow the scenery, allow everything to come into your focus. Everything else can wait for a minute or two. Now, when any of our members start to see anything or feel anything, please share. The floor is open. Now, for me, at this moment, I am seeing a mountain that represents what kind of looks like a volcano, but it's not a volcano. The top of it looks like a big lotus flower just opened and it's just glowing with green, a very bright green light. And that energy of that light is shining everywhere. It's going in all directions and it's going straight up into the sky for intense purposes. And I am starting to see what we call dragons come out. There are other beings, of course, with us, like I stated before. And there seems to be a protective duty for the dragons to protect all of us today.
What I get is, I cannot explain it, but the energy is the same, but I get, this is permanent member number 5.
Okay.
I have no clue.
Okay. Permanent member number 5. Okay. Well,
When Eric said that, I got a starburst of white light.
Yeah, that's
But
the
I
one.
also, before he said that, I see a staircase, a winding staircase around the mountain that you've described. But the different council members are lining the outside passage so that we are completely encased in safety.
mm-hmm.
We're being encouraged to take the ascent up the mountain.
Same here with a slight deviation. White energy merging of all systems, like we are the 4 corners of a square, and in the middle there the mountain, the stairs, the security, whatever, something like that.
Okay. It is for those that feel insecure right now. They have fear. They want anybody who's watching this and participating in this. The beings want us to understand we are being protected. So there's nothing to fear. And there is that sense of safety, of feeling like you're in your own haven, and you may take the journey with us without having fear that something's going to happen. Allowing yourself to fully surrender to this process so then you can reap the most benefits. We are born with a lot of abilities that we forget. We choose to forget to come back here. And now is the time to start to remember those abilities. so we can continue to raise the vibration of the universe as a whole. It's a complete unit, as a one unit. And releasing any negative energy or anything that does not serve us at this moment. For the analogy that they're giving me, they're showing me like a hot air balloon with all those bags of sand all around. And in the very beginning, on the takeoff, they start letting go some of those bags of sand in order to get to the proper height. So to raise that balloon, which is our vibrations, we need to let go of things that are holding us down. Float up. Let your dreams come true. Give that opportunity a chance. Let those paths open up and you be willing to take them. Okay, they told me to shut up
Yeah. I got the same thing anyway. So
now.
as
Like,
a half repeat, when you look from the balloon
mhm,
and you see those tiny humans, so to speak, like ants running from back and forth in what direction ever, and you think, oh, I was there before and I was frightened and I was scared, I didn't know where to go to. They invite us, no, they assure us that in this vibration, and again, 424775, you only have to call for this code, which is available for humanity, the world, and surrounding streets, that it is safe.
mhm, mhm,
We've journeyed to the top and we stand at the 4 directionals. And there is the white light that Eric described earlier, has a spiral going around it. And we're being invited to step out into the spiral and embrace the unity that it brings to us. It embrace the love that is there, the wisdom, and all you need to do is surrender in safety to the love of the Creator.
mhm.
And I also see sparks of multicolored bursts coming out from the white light area, intermixed with the green. It's quite beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Each one of the sparks is a different representation of life, whether it be aspens and maples trees and oaks, or deer and ants and butterflies. All of that is being represented in the bright sparkles that are emanating from the center.
Mm-hmm. Concur on that one.
The message is that not only are we safe, but the sacredness of our differences are what bind us together, and we are in need of each other. Each entity cannot exist without the other. And it's not for use, it's for understanding life. When I say it's not, it's not to be abused in that sense of use. But we are interdependent, and that dependency allows us to be complete.
Mhm.
The same here, as a repeat. People think they have to quickly hide under a tree, in a house, whatever, to get rid of a fear. And they have to hide in a corner. It's the other way around. The sacredness, the security, the oneness, the interdependence is a default. And it's easy to access. It's there for you to receive. You don't even have to look for it. You don't even have to want it. It is there, period.
Mhm. So now that white light is pinpoint in the very center of that lotus flower at the very top of that mountain. And is going straight from the sky all the way straight down. Cannot see either ends. And to me, this just reiterates the fact that we are connected to each other and everything else, no matter where it is. There's one. We are part of one, and we're one. There is no separation. There is no, we're not together. We need to be in union, and we need to start learning from each other, from our differences. That is what will get us to a higher level of a frequency that is needed to go to that other dimension, to ascend, to go to the place that we need to be in. We are called now. All those that call themselves light workers, all those that call themselves channelers, all those that call themselves spiritual, anyone that is awakened, let's help others awake. Let's all join forces. Let's all join and learn from each other so that everyone's memory can ignite, open up, and be exactly who we are, who we have been always since day one. And I don't mean just this lifetime, since day one. So we could help Gaia, so we could help the moon, so we could help the animals, so we could help the galactics, so we could help each other. As they're trying to help us, we could help them also. Earth was made specifically to be a classroom so our soul can evolve, so we can heal, so we can find who we truly are on a different level. If we come down with all the knowledge, then there's nothing to work through. But if we receive all the knowledge now, we can help others receive theirs and help and coordinate those efforts before there is that major division between where we are now and where we're going to be.
And the sparks of color coming out from the white light ignite sparks of color within us. And it's a reminder to look for the beauty in everybody, no matter how different that they are from each ourselves.
Mm-hmm. Okay, if anyone else has anything else, coordinates or otherwise, again, floor is open.
Coordinates I have are 769-212-64. 769-212-64.
Oh, wherever we are, we're standing tall and proud.
Mhm. What I get is we are on an Earth-like planet.
Mhm.
It's in another galaxy, but it has rings like around Saturn. That's what kind of differentiates itself, if you will, from Earth in visual context. And it's much larger than Earth is. So there is lots of room for people to be able to travel there and repopulate if needed or wanted. It's a new beginning point for anyone and everyone.
Mhm.
I got the same message, different image. I'm in the mountain. I am the mountain. I am standing tall. And I am the representation of the new beginning.
Mhm. And I get, like Eric said, basically the same thing, but I get we are. That's why I see all of us standing tall, including Miriam, even though she is not here today. I see her also standing tall and proud that we have been able to get there. And I see all other members or beings enjoying and sharing time. You see what represents humans, what represents Arcturians, what represents all different types of beings of all different places, join together and sharing stories and knowledge and laughing and enjoying themselves. Like if we had gone on vacation, for example, like Jazz was saying, kind of like a vacation where everybody just has a good time. But I also see representation of houses. I would say dwellings. I wouldn't call it houses because they look very different than the houses down here at this moment. And I see their families. And I see what we call hybrids, which is completely different races
Mhm.
loving each other and caring for each other. And some are not even like a description or wording. Blood family, there's just families. They have gotten beyond what the physical is. They appreciate and support each other. New level of understanding of the union that is so wanted by leaving the sense of separation. Where I see that dwelling, everything so coordinate, so perfectly running together. No one is in fear. No one appears to be distressed. Everyone is just doing everything that they see that needs to get done without any discord or negative feelings or even negative actions. And that will be to my right, by the way. Kind of like half a mile away. While I see the group of everyone celebrating here, basically.
And in the village, there's an apothecary, but not an apothecary like anything that we have here on Earth. You think of apothecary and you think of medicines and whatnot, but and reliefs. But this apothecary is, you go there when you are looking for something new. I don't know how else to express it. When you're at peace with things, but you need a spark, if you will. You go to the apothecary for a spark, and that spark can be a new adventure. That spark can be maybe a new book. That spark can be anything that you might need.
Mm-hmm.
And I see the things from the other side, meaning Earth was historically considered as a bad place or a dark place. And now I see ETs that husbands are phoning their wives and children. Oh, let's go on a holiday to Earth. A few days, a weekend. It's nice there because it's safe. There's a lot of things to see. The other side of the spark.
Mm-hmm.
There's also a humongous library. The library has ancient texts. We as humans might think of someplace like Alexandrian Library, but this is even older in its resources, and yet it has the latest written and non-written knowledge. So it's quite unique. There are objects of wisdom. There are sound booths, if you will, where you can go in and you can hear whatever it is you need to hear. Spiritual upliftment, just anything. You are looking at different kinds of plants and you're questioning what this one might be able to do or whatever. And it has histories, it has volumes of wisdom. And all you need to do is think what you're searching for, and it will be there.
Mhm. It's like an Akashic records for everything that has happened everywhere.
No matter the galaxy, no matter the dimension.
Right. Exactly.
It's like Prego, it's all in there.
Mm.
And they're saying again, as a repeat, you can apply for a library card, and the only thing you need to do is in your mind go to 769-212-64, and you're at the desk of the library.
Mhm.
Check out time for as long as you need it.
Mhm. Now, under the ground, for intents purposes, in the middle of this planet we're in, there are a whole bunch of tunnels with different civilizations that also come out and go back in, and they go here and they go there, they come back, they get what they need here, they go back to their home. But it is also open for anyone to walk through, so it's like another place that you may want to visit or vacation at. And is when you go in, it's very cool. It's a lot cooler. It's full of what we consider crystals and full of energy. So anyone that goes in there, by the time they come back out, they are basically healed. They need physical healing, for example. There's healing there. It is exactly what you need once you go in there. So if you need spiritual healing, that is what you will find. Each person defines what it needs, or each being defines what it needs, and it will receive. For example, the white dragon is telling me that they once went in and they had to actually shrink themselves to go in. But once they went in, they received the one thing that they needed, that they had not received before, which was peace of mind in knowing what the job that they're doing, what they are existing for, was being done correctly. Because beings are beings, and many times there's spark of doubt. But this white dragon understood at that very moment that everything was as it should be, in right, perfect order, without the need for external confirmation, just trusting who they were and following their instinct. So the first few chambers are just like a marketplace for intents purposes. Where, I guess if you need cleaning supplies, food, whatever. I'm using that as an example because I really cannot focus on what it is that they have there. I guess it depends on what you need. And then you go deeper, and that's where you find the deeper type of healing. And sometimes when they go in there, they resolve something that they didn't even think it was needed to be resolved. And that is why they say that we are extremely special and blessed that we have decided to incarnate on Earth, because the opportunities to heal, evolve, learn, and grow are much greater and much more abundant than any other place. And that our soul can evolve and raise its vibrations at a much faster pace here on Earth than anywhere else. And that we are blessed that Gaia, Mother Earth, has allowed us to occur. As the dragons came a long time ago, they were hunted, they were killed. They were made to look like the bad guys, but they were just protecting their own. That is why it is extremely hard to see them now. You have to be pure of heart. And the dragon has the sense that you are safe and that they are safe with you. Otherwise, you may sense them, but you may not particularly see them. Anyone else see the underground maze?
Oh, I'm definitely there with you. You've described it beautifully.
Thank you.
I think, you mentioned healing, spiritual, physical, any healing, whether it's psychological, past traumas, anything that might be in your line of consciousness that may need to be healed can be healed here.
Mhm.
I think as human beings, we like to we want to organize it and put it in compartments. Anyway, the point is that we use these words only because we are trying to bring it home for people
Mhm.
in a way of understanding it. But anything that is within you, within your essence, that might be in need, can be healed within here. I know that's clear as mud, sorry.
Oh, yeah. Clear as mud. This is why I keep saying lack of wording, because sometimes it's hard to describe what we're experiencing with the limited vocabulary that we are given. It's like those lights and that energy. It's to say it's incredible, that just lacks. Magnificence just lacks. It's just that's why it's hard to explain all this. So I'm hoping that those that choose to go with us can experience it like we are. So they can also be in awe. I do have a being named Ra coming in. Anybody seeing or feeling him?
How does he look like?
Okay, for me, he's appearing like kind of like a fish with scales. But not a fish, but a being with scales. And he's sort of blue, greenish blue. And it depends on which way he turns, because he's moving side to side, and I could see the reflection change from like a blue to a green to an aquamarine color. It's just, it depends on how he's moving. He looks, it could be very frightening if somebody is not expecting the way he looks. Long claws, the whole thing, but he's very kind, very gentle, non-threatening. I feel a lot of safe energy. And he wants to say something, but I'm having trouble hearing, basically. If anybody else connects.
I'm not sure. I know he's there,
Mm-hmm.
but he's cloaked for me.
Mm.
But I don't know why.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if he's just, I don't know. But he is there. Oh, he's connecting with my third eye right now, my pineal gland. It's
Yeah,
like the pressure is right here.
Okay, I think it's something personal, not private, but personal.
Mm. So, okay. For some reason, he's showing me the rockets.
Sorry.
I know, it's okay. I'm there too. Basically, what I'm getting from this whole thing now that he's reaching, I'm hearing it a little bit easier, is for us to remember to celebrate ourselves. So the rockets always will be the opening and the ending celebration of a show. It's always something, an experience that was always pleasant and happy. So he's basically saying to remember, for us to remember, to celebrate ourselves, not to put ourselves in the sense of guilt or in a sense of chains, sort of, but to free ourselves from that and celebrate who we really are. Celebrate who we are even right now. Not the one that we're going to be tomorrow, not the one that we were past, but the right now, and focus on this very moment. And by celebrating who we are at this very moment, that energy will carry us to the next step. No matter what you're going through, where you are, what is happening, what life-changing events have occurred, celebrate who you truly are at this very moment.
I see you talking to someone, but I don't see to whom you're talking. But I know it's not fake. But again,
No,
I see you talking in the near a door, the entrance of your house, I think. And so then you're talking, you're chatting, and but
yeah,
no
yeah,
clue who you're talking to.
yeah. I guess, well, maybe sometimes they don't have the energy to show themselves for everyone.
Mhm.
Since there's so many dimensions and we are physically is very dense. Even if we are traveling, they may not be able to coordinate to be there. So,
I got
but
a personal message, so yeah.
okay. All right, good. So, all right. So, anybody got anything else that they want to share?
Okay, but then that's personal and even not private, personal, but
Mhm.
the sense I get when you were talking to that being before that, but I didn't want to talk about it. And when we talked about security,
Mhm.
I should have added that for people who don't need specific information or healing, one of the subjects might be, again, security, that you're safe. And then
Mhm.
as a joke, but then again, that's a personal joke. Maybe it's not a joke for everyone. I have met, as you said, when you were going to that cave and that library, I saw a bouncer before the door, and he was like a Schwarzenegger guy,
Mhm.
but twice as big and twice as tall, reptilian.
Mhm.
But that was a personal joke. He said, no one will pass that guy. You have to show your library card.
Basically a sense of we're safe. We just
Yeah,
have to believe we're safe
yeah.
and trust that, you know, where we are and where we need to be, we'll get there one step at a time. The process. It's all the
And
process.
yeah, and now I get the image, and that's maybe a slightly bigger truth. While that being was talking to Glenda personally,
Mhm.
it might be, and it might be good that you have with one of those beings in the library a personal talk.
Mhm.
And that's the thing. He said, okay, if you don't want to talk to everyone, if you want to have a side door where you want to have a private, again, not a private, but a personal conversation, they're there and they showed that they can do that.
Mhm.
And they're able to do that, and they're able to provide that service.
Exactly. So basically, if anyone else here or otherwise is getting a personal message, it's okay. You do not have to share. You just obtain that personal message and use it to your advantages to guide you, to lead you to your needs, whatever it is you need. So it will be definitely a different type of message than you're used to. But just take it. Sleep on it. Think about it. And it will start to resonate.
Here also, when you get a personal message,
Mm-hmm.
it might be not the message you were waiting for. It might be not the answer you were expecting.
Mm-hmm.
Know that every answer is a positive answer that is feeding you, growing you, securing you, and that everything is for the goodness of your evolution.
Mm-hmm. It's exactly what you need at this moment. May not be what you want, but it's exactly what you need at this moment. Okay, the records are finally stopped. Okay, anybody have anything else? All right. I think they're trying to tell us to come back. So Leaf, you want to bring us down?
Sure, we'll go. There are some steps nearby. There are 5 steps. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we are back in our bodies.
Back to our zeros. I want to thank everyone that was here today, our members, Eric, all of the beings that showed us and kept it all safe and showed us a lot more, and also sparked memories of not ancient knowledge and gifts within us. Thank you, Leaf. Thank you, Jess. Thank you, Eric. Thank you to all the councils and all the other beings. Again, if you ever want to join us, please contact me. You could find me at glendasmagicalcreations.com or almost every single social media there is. And as always, we send blessings. We thank you. And we're sending love. Have a good one.